Hello, it's Sally here from Dotty B. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be working on my Roxy's Journal Stitchery project, my bag, which is like a fold-up tote caddy bag type thing. So this is my inspiration. This is what I'm going to use as my inspiration. I'm going to keep checking back to this because I tend to go off into other directions. So I'm going to keep this on hand and just keep looking at it and using this as my inspiration. The reason why is because I'm using loads of different fabrics on the other side. I'm hoping to make this reversible. I can't guarantee it's going to be because something might happen and I might think, oh no, I can't make it reversible, but I'm trying to keep that in mind as to when I'm working on the other side, because of the orientation and everything, sides will be flipping up. And so I don't want them upside down once they're folded up. So, but I'm sure that'll all work itself out as I'm going through this. So I did my first video the other day after we'd got the prompt, and I was really going at it with some gusto because I love this fabric. So this is the fabric that I wanted to use. But on my other side, which I want to kind of just slow stitch and decorate and whatnot, I've got a little bit more of an idea now because I've had a rummage through all my stash, and I found this old tea towel, French linen tea towel. It's got a stripe there and it's got a stripe on the other side, which is so, you know, it just goes. I think it does anyway. The red is perfect, and the creamy base colour that this has got is exactly the same creamy base that this has got. So I have I thought about it long and hard because obviously I had to cut this, and but I have got a couple more of these tea towels, and so I thought I would go for it and cut it. So I have cut it now, and that's my base to work on. Because of the thickness of everything, I want the bag to be fairly thick so that it stands up, but not too thick that it's going to be too bulky. So I put all my sides together and it felt a little bit bulky. So what I've done is this has got a backing, a wadding, but I've took out the calico bit, which is kind of like my template, and I thought, well, that will be useful anyway, because once I'm sewing, I won't be able to draw lines everywhere unless, well, I suppose I could with my friction pen, but I don't really want to if I don't have to. So that's kind of my template of how the bag folds, so I suppose I can keep referring to that. I've also, depending on when I start working on this, how thick this feels, because obviously I'm going to be putting things on top of this, then this one here, I've also got a wadding inside here, a batting inside here, and I've got another template. So I could always either take the template off, because these two sides are going to be sandwiched together, so you're not going to see whatever's here. So I could take the template off, or I could even take the wadding out as well. So we'll see on that. I'm not sure how it's going to feel once I get stitching, so we'll have to see on that one. I had a fun and games with my wadding as well, or my batting. I didn't have, this is the one I wanted to use, and it's quite a thin one. It feels really nice, but it wasn't, let me just turn it over, it wasn't big enough, so I've had to join it. So I'm quite pleased actually, because I've joined it and I've just done like a slip stitch all the way to join them. But then when I pulled it out, I did them quite loose, so I've pulled it out and it's they're kind of butting up to each other now. They're not, I didn't want them to cross over and make a lump. So although you can still slightly feel it, they are butting up to each other. So I was quite pleased with how I did that. So that's that. So this is ready to start stitching on now. My other inspiration is this doily, which I showed you last time, which I want to put on, and I wasn't sure whereabouts I was putting it, whether I was going to put it here so that when the bag folds up you can see it. If this is on the inside, if it's not, it's going to be on the outside. So I didn't know whether to put it in. I was thinking the middle, and then I was kind of thinking things going out from it, which I still quite like the idea of, but I'm not sure yet. This is where I'm kind of umming and ahhing. What I did yesterday, I was going to film yesterday, but then I got so bogged down with what I had a bit of a mind blank and I couldn't think what I wanted to do. So I did a hexagon thing, which I quite like in the colours that I kind of want to use. And then I did some Suffolk Puffs. Sorry, my mind went blank again. Suffolk Puffs. These are, some of it's vintage fabric, some of it's new fabric. And I've kind of sewn them together as they would be in a quilt. I did sew them together a bit more than that, but I think that one went on there somehow. What was it on that one? I don't know. But I've pulled them apart because I can't like them in those 3 sections. And I thought maybe, and I hope you can see all this kind of sprinkled around, if you like. I'm going to press these, I'm going to iron these because they're a bit too puffy at the moment, and I like mine flat so that they kind of look a little bit more vintagey, I suppose. So I'm kind of thinking having some Suffolk Puffs around the place as well. What else was I thinking? Let me just put my pins away. Oh yes, inspiration. So I've gone and referred to my books because I went on Pinterest first of all, and you can go on there for you can go on there for hours and hours and looking for stuff. But then I thought I'm going to have a look at what I've got in my reference books and everything. So I've dug out some books that I've got. This is the first one. Let me just move them out the way and then I can do one at a time. This is the first one. I've had this quite a long time. Meet Me at Mike's by Pip Lincoln. I think she's Australian. You think she's Australian lady? Yes, maybe. It says Australia there. It's printed in Australia, so I think she's Australian. And like I said, I've had this for years. This is 2010. I'm not sure whether I've had it that long, but and it's just got some really nice bits and bobs in. This page here, I just like, obviously it's got all the sewing bits and bobs on, and also this bit here. I don't know if you're like me or not, but you kind of, if you look at this is refers to knitting, so I'm going to kind of do my version of sewing. You've got knit 1, purl 2, break, cup of tea, resume, and that's what I kind of do. You do a little bit of sewing, you could get a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and then you resume again. So that's kind of I kind of like that idea of kind of popping words around and just or a little phrase or something of that. And she's got some lovely pictures in here, lovely works as well. There's I hope you can see this maybe. All vintagey type styles of stuff and displays, and look at that, that's lovely, isn't it? So with a little tape measure, little bird motif, there's all sorts in here. I just like the vintagey pictures, all the brings back memories. Being a girl or brown, I was a brownie. I think that's brownie. Could be girl guide, I'm not sure. But the doilies. So yeah, there's lots of things. Little bird again, which I'm going to take. So that's my first piece of inspiration. It's the kind of cup of tea. Let's start. Do some stitching, and then break off. You do something else. Come back. Cup of tea. So that's my first inspiration. Then this book here I absolutely love. I've had this a long time, and it's by Dottie Angel and Ted and Agnes. Now they're two ladies, Tiff Fusel and Rachel Blondell. And this is quite an old book. I've had this quite a long time as well. This is printed in 2012, granny chic, and it's kind of everything I love in a book. Just that. If I could just live in this book, I would, because it's got some beautiful pictures, houses and the decor. I don't know if it's their houses. Oh, look at that. This is just is that her workspace? Because if it is, I just want that workspace, and it's just everything I love in a book. And she's got the doilies with the little sayings on them, and all the other knickknacks and stuff. And I even, let me just show you my little, there's my little plugs. I've even got some little plugs like hers as well. So yeah, just, this is so inspirational, this book is. I just love it. If I could live in this kind of world all the time, then it would be, I would be happy. So there was, yeah, look, the bird embroideries and cushions, all the beautiful fabrics. I've even got one of these curtains, made one of those. I want to make a couple more this year for the bathroom. I've got more colourful doilies on mine, but a tray of goodies. So this is giving a lot of inspiration to me, little doggy. But just beautiful, vintagey, and they call it granny chic. Is it granny chic? Yes, granny chic. So, and then, you know, council stitched hearts in all vintagey fabrics. So anyway, this, let me go to where, colourful tablecloth. I've actually, it's there, but can you see that there? I've got this one here, because I did think of using this as instead of the tea towel, which is, this is a tablecloth, which is, look at that, isn't that lovely? And it kind of goes with, I've lost under everything, I've lost, it kind of goes, but not quite. I didn't think it went well enough with that. And also if I had that on, then I kind of wouldn't have, although I could probably sew into that and whatnot. I didn't think it was going to be quite right. So for this time, I'm not going to use it, but I love this. This is it's just a tablecloth. It has got stains on it, so I'm not, if I do cut it up, I'm not that lovely flowers around it anyway. So this, yeah, this is kind of, it's not the same, but it's kind of like similar. And then pots you can make. Anyway, I'm waffling. So my inspiration on this one is this here. This is her wall. And it's just got everything on it. Everything you can imagine. Look, it's got clogs. It's got just pieces of pages of book, maybe a favourite book with letters on. All sorts. It's got little shelf thing there. It's got tapestries, embroideries, religious icons, flowers. There's so, you know, there's so much to look at. Little pictures, a mirror, little shelf with knickknacks on it, a tray. There's a tin. So that's going to be my inspiration. Obviously not exactly like that, but with kind of bits popped around and just randomly bits, I think, that kind of all kind of go together. That's kind of my little Bambi. Yeah, so this book is very inspirational. So that's my next inspiration. Then there's a lady called Jenny Hart, who I think she's American, and she does, I've got a couple of her books. She does gorgeous stitcheries. Her actual stitcheries are lovely, and I've kind of been inspired by a couple of those that I've done in the past. But these books here, this one here is a, it says craft pad, but it's actually full of transfers, kind of modern, a modern take on the old vintagey transfers. And in here somewhere is, can I find it? A bird. I quite like the clovers as well. The clover transfers. There's horse and a horseshoe. That'd be quite nice to do. There's a bird somewhere. Yeah, there's some birds there, but I think there's other, you get your flamingos. It's quite a nice one with hearts and everything. Oh, here it is, look, and then the birds. So I thought I would do a bird. I've Not sure about the long beak on mine, but I've kind of just done a few sketches. So I've got a couple of birds in different sizes, and I thought maybe a bow with some flowers in, a cup of tea. I've got some strawberries. I've also got, yes, I'll tell you what I also got. Well, let me just show you, I've got a cherry transfer as well. So this one here, this one again has got lots of, it's got transfers into the back. She gives you all the transfers. Look, birds again. That's quite good as well. I like the chandelier as well, but I think it's a bit too much for this project. But yeah, loads of transfers, and it's kind of like a modern take on the old transfers. You've got your champagne and your champagne glasses. She does the candy skulls as well. That's the like peacock design. There's one. I love this design as well. If you've got, I haven't got any young children anymore, but if you've got a young child, you could get them to draw some pictures of your family and kind of transfer that onto your pet. I love that idea. I might even have a look to see if I've got anything from my children's old stuff when they were younger. I've kept some of their books and, you know, colour drawing books and whatnot. So I might have a look. I like that idea, putting something that a child has drawn onto it as well. So there's that. I don't know whether you can see it in the background here. These are the kind of things that she does, kind of icon-like almost, with a halo around them. And she does some famous people. That's Jenny Hart. She's very good. I love her style of stitching. And then, yeah, I've gone back to my vintage transfers. This is getting out of hand here. I've just pulled, I'm not going to go through all of them. I've just pulled a few out. That one's the little house. I thought that would be quite nice. To do little house. So I might use that one. There's some here that are, I'm not sure about that one. It's probably a little bit too childish. Not sure about that one. This one here, this one here's got the bow on, which I quite like that bow. This one here, got little bunnies. I quite like this motif as well, with the, maybe when I was thinking stuff at puffs, I was kind of thinking, and that's obviously a patchwork one you could do. So that's another idea that I've got. And this one here, I love this one. This is probably one that I might use a lot of. Yeah, I've got the cherry transfer, little hearts with arrows going through, and the cherubs, cupids, aren't they? And the birds here with the bow. There's a little lucky horseshoe, just like these little motifs kind of scattered around. So I think I'm going to use this one. I like all, and even the little things there. Got a little musical thing. So yeah, I like this one. I'm going to keep that one out because I think I'm going to use that one. And then I think all the rest of it, they're mostly florally ones, so I'm not, I did quite like that. Just a little simple thing. I'm going to keep that one out because I like that. But yeah, all the rest are just florally ones that one's quite nice, but I think it's too big for this one, but I love that. Anyway, let's get those out of the way. Back on. So that's some ideas that I've got so far, and that's kind of as far as I've got. I might take one of those off to make it a little bit more, I don't know, we'll see where it goes. So quite like that idea. And then it could be that way. And then if I work round going out all the time, then that's going to keep my orientation okay, I think. So yeah, popping these in between, and I'm thinking, and then I've done a couple of here as well. I quite like the size of that bird. I've put birds on the lawn, but it's more flying, isn't it? So I'm not sure about that, but I kind of want them to go maybe over a little bit over. I don't know, we'll see So that's, oh, also I've got this as well, which I've shown you before in one of my vintage hauls. And I've been umming and ahhing about it because it's a lovely boxed handkerchiefs that haven't been used yet. But I could put this in the shop and sell it, and then it'll be gone, and you know, that's it, it's all gone, and I won't see them again. Or I could take them out of the box and use them in my stitchery, which then I can treasure and enjoy. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is use them. And I don't know whether to, because that one's going to be that hexagon. Where did I cut some out? It's going to be too big, too small. So whether I do, it'll be 4, won't it? But I don't have to just use these. I could do a bigger one, because they are going to have to be bigger, because I don't want to cut into the flowers. I do want the whole of the flower, but they are going to have to be bigger. So now I'm thinking, do I save them for another project? Because the hexagons are going to be too big for this project. Okay, I think I've just talked myself out of it for now. But I do want to use them. But the colours would be so great on this. If I just look at this, how perfect are they against that? What do I do? What do I do? Or do I just cut them out and sew them on wherever? Do I do that instead? I just heard a ping of a pin, yeah. Sorry. It's quite enough to hear a pin drop. It must have come out somewhere of... Right. Yeah, they do. I mean, they're so perfect, aren't they? If they weren't so perfect, then I'd put them aside, but they just go so well. Okay, so that's another thing that I've got to think about, what I'm going to do with those, because I do want them on it and they'll go well. So we'll see. So that's where I'm at the moment. I want to start stitching, but I am a little bit still in that I don't know what to do phase. I think I'm just going to have to go for it. And that means working out, am I going to put this in the centre? I think I am. And then this will probably be my inside. Would it be my inside or my outside? I don't know, because this is going to, if it's outside, this is going to be the base. So it's probably going to have to be my inside, I think. And if it is my inside, then it does work well to do everything going out now. I'm going to do some more of these. I like these. I'm going to do what? I'm going to try and do 3, maybe 1. So I could layer them up. They don't have to. That would go well if it wasn't on that particular. Yeah, I like that idea as well, kind of interspersing the hexagons with the circles. I'm not going to do this, but I'm just, they do fit, don't they? They do kind of fit. Perhaps I could do a couple, maybe, or even just loose ones on their own. Where's my tin? I don't know what I've got in here. These are all made up ones that I've already got. Oh look, I've got that one. Would that go? That one would. Oh, look at that. That one goes perfectly with those colours, doesn't it? It's almost like it's carried on. I think you can see that. That's quite a nice one as well. Blue. Okay. I'm going to keep that one out because that one kind of really goes there. I have got some more of this material, so I could have a look, see what else, how else I can make some more. Okay, so do I get stitching? Do I get stitching? I think I've just got to go for it. It's one of the reasons why I've kind of put the camera on, because I was umming and ahhing, and just get my, I need something that's kind of like a light greyish. A bit too dark. That one. Oh, that one. No. Not quite the right colour. Out of all of these that I've got, I'm looking at the wrong one, that's why that is the right colour. I was looking at that one. Okay, let's go for that. Right. And just get stitching. If you could see my desk and what I'm surrounded by, there is no space on my desk at all. I've got bits everywhere, but it's all for inspiration. So what I should do is probably just make sure it is central. Let's get these off to start with. Is it central? I don't think it is. Let's get the ruler. Where's my ruler? Right, so what we've got, what's that, 9.5 centimetres. That's 9. So a tiny bit up, should be about right. So 9, 9.5. There, that'll be right. Okay, let's do this side. That's 15. That's not. 16.5. 16. 16.25. Yeah, it's about right. Right, there we go. Let's get some pins in. Ouch. Okay, let's get this on. So all I'm going to do is just, I think just a tacking stitch all the way around. Although I suppose I could do a decorative stitch. That's not big enough. For now, I can always go over, because this is a neutral thread, I can always go over it in something else if I wanted to. It'd be nice with a red edge. Ooh. Yeah. So I'm not going to go all the way around this, actually, because you don't want to see me doing this. So let's do that there. I'll do that in a bit. Okay, so once that's on, then I suppose if I don't want it even, as in 4. So I kind of want one there, one maybe there, and one almost making a triangle, I think. And then there, there, there. where did that one go? That one went. So if we twist that round a little bit, I kind of like that there. I'm going to put some in between as well. Okay, so that's that. Let's pin those down. I'm not saying that they're in a definite place, but kind of, maybe. Who knows? I'm not sure about that shape. I might take one off of that one somehow. I also want to press these anyway and get them ironed a little bit before I attach them. I just want them a little bit flatter, so I'll do that as well for next time. Let's put this down. This has still got the cardboard in it because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them as kind of like I'm sure it's called something. I'm not a quilter, so I don't know, like a flower maybe. I don't know what it's called. But I did think, shall I keep it as a flowery type shape, or should I kind of add on to make it irregular? But I quite like that shape, and I think that will kind of go with the theme. Oh, also, I've just had a thought, and this might put paid to my design of the, when it's folded up, let me just, no, I'm not going to, it won't fall off, will it? That goes like that, and that goes around there. So that's going to be kind of, keep away from the corner, Sally. I think that's going to have to move. It won't matter if it's in a corner, but I won't be able to, when it's folded up, well, I suppose if it's inside anyway, you won't be able to see it, but I don't know. Let's do embroidery on the corners. So the corners are kind of like there, so that kind of meets like that, and then that goes over, and then obviously the backing fabric will be on this, and then so that's kind of bit, when it's into a bag, you won't see that little bit there when it's actually in its bag, and kind of that there to there gets folded. I don't know whether you can see that or not. So that's kind of what you see when it's inside. But then I suppose it's kind of like a little mystery bag, isn't it? So it's holding some secrets and some surprises. So when you open it up and you've got your project, then this is what you get inside. So yeah, I don't know. I could do probably like three, maybe a three, a little set of three in the corners. I don't know. This is what I mean by I'm not really, oh, my pins are there. Yeah, so that's why I don't really know at the moment. I think until I start stitching and getting some, let me just pop that there, and getting some transfers on. I don't know whether these are too small, and I might want to enlarge them. I quite like the cherries, and I've got a strawberry as well, although my strawberry's too small as well, so I need to make that bigger. But then the cupids are just right. Do I want two? Do I want kind of one there and one that side? Or I suppose I'm going to, where's my bird as well? Let's put my bird out and see. Let me get some scissors. Yeah, you see, it's not massive, is it? It looks bigger when it was on the page. I could do a couple of them, I suppose, couldn't I? Going round, maybe. Yeah, okay. quite like them on the edge. So that's why I won't do any colour embroidery on the edge, because I need it quite neutral, I think, if I'm going to put a bird over it, and then excuse me, stitch with a different colour. Bluebird, maybe. You don't know. Right. Oh, and then I've got the, oh, hang on, I've got this as well. I have cut into this already because I've made one of my hexies I've made with this. But there's loads more in here, which are quite pretty. I love the edge, the little scalloped edge with the flowers. Could do something with, or even just fussy cut one of these flowers out and go around. I like that idea as well. Let's get one of these cut out. I'll leave a little bit of fabric around it because I'm not sure how I'm going to edge it. Let's go down to there. It's not going to be this big because it'll take up too much room, but let's do that. Like I say, orientation is going to be the issue, because once that's folded up, is it going to look upside down? I don't, well, a little bit. If I do it that way, it wouldn't be too bad actually, would it? Perhaps it'd be better on the side. Hang on, I guess this isn't right. I think I'm just going to use the actual flower, not the scalloped edge. I'll leave it like that for now because I've got options, but I think I might just use the motif, which I like. I could even use just that. That would be nice. If it's too big as a whole, those would be quite nice size to go out. Yeah, look at that. If you kind of think just that piece, we fold everything else up and kind of going out like that, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Oh, I'll tell you what else I've got. I can't remember whether I showed you them before. Right, I've got a few of these, which are, I thought with the hexagon vibe that might be something, but now I'm thinking no, let's put them on. But look at these, how lovely are these? I think they're just like little coasters maybe, but the colours, I love the colours. And that one, look at that. I'd quite like to use those. It's all getting very crowded, isn't it? So probably only one, perhaps just one maybe, but that one is lovely. Look at that, I do like that. If I can get that somewhere, I mean, I don't mind going up into the corners, perhaps they would be good in the corners. I don't think you can see that. Oops. If I put them up in the corners. But I just love the colours, so I might use them. But I'm trying to keep referring to this. And there's pink, there's red, blue, yellow. There's no purple. But I don't think that little bit of purple matters. Love the edge on this one, the crocheted edge. Lovely. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I'm kind of at a mental standstill again, I think. I need to think about things, but I'm gonna start stitching. I think, get this mat down and then start placing things around it, and they may move, but then I'm going to start stitching my motifs and maybe some words. The only problem with words is I have got to think about the orientation. That's kind of what's getting to me with that. So I'm not sure. I've got all these ideas, but maybe I'll have to kind of get rid of some. I'm not sure, and use them on a different project. Still there, just might have to use them on a different project. But yeah, so I'm happy with my colours so far. They're kind of nice, bright and cheerful garden colours. Colours of the plants in the garden when they come out in the summer. And yep, okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today, and then I was going to do one a week, but I think I'll probably come back for more, because it's kind of jumping like that rather than with my ideas. So we'll see how we get on. So hopefully I'll have moved on a little bit more by the time I see you next. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day, and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.